Glad to have you with us. Let's get started with our special guest who will be with us for today's show, the host of Money Talk with Melanie and former vice chair of the New Jersey Federation of Republican Women, Melanie Collette. So, Melanie, it's good to have you with us.
Thank you for having me.
First of all, how was your Thanksgiving?
It was wonderful. Spent it with some really close friends of mine, and it was great. We had a good time.
I meant National Day of Mourning. I apologize for calling it Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that's... Well, oh, wait. It's Truthsgiving, too.
Yes,
I heard that that's a thing as well.
Well, speaking of truce, so there's this problem right now with Israel and Hamas, and this is what happens when you deal with terrorists who care less about life, let alone deals. So they did release the first stage of hostages in exchange for prisoners. Now, apparently, Israel is saying, hey, wait a minute, they're not going to release more hostages because they're saying that we're not allowing humanitarian aid in to Gaza, which I don't think anyone is going to believe. So this is a big problem.
That is a huge problem, and it was anticipated, though, because you can't really rely on Hamas's word for anything, as a matter of fact. But my question is also, where is America on this? We don't seem to be participating very much, and we seem to forget that Americans were killed, that Americans are being held hostage, and all of those things. So I don't understand where America is, and I think this was to be expected, that Hamas was going to renege on releasing more hostages, and the fact that Americans are not being released, I also find problematic.
Well, it's amazing. Joe Biden was asked the other day about when American hostages will be released as part of this deal, and he said, I'm not really sure. Are you kidding me? You got involved in this directly, and Americans were not at the top of your list?
Exactly. Not at least even the baby, right?
Yeah.
The 4-year-old. You didn't at least say, if nothing else, that 4-year-old comes home first, no matter what. But no, they didn't do that at all. It's almost like they're spectating. And that is not usually what America does. We don't usually spectate. When Americans are killed by terrorists, when they're being held hostage, we usually are dead on about it and participating actively. And we don't seem to be.
You know, it's so frustrating because we are taking a back seat in all of this. And we don't want our troops in the ground. I don't think anybody wants that. But if our president is going to be directly involved in peace talks or, you know, basically demand a ceasefire, which is against Israel's best interest here, and we are rooting for Israel, not the terrorists. Just a reminder for some of you out there, why was he not putting America's interest in that bucket, too?
Well, if you think about it, when does he put America's interests first? He doesn't put America's interests first at the border. He doesn't put America's interests first with the economy. He doesn't put America's interests first with many things. So it's not surprising. This is par for the course. He does not believe in American exceptionalism or that, you know, we should be the most powerful country in the entire world on the planet. I don't think that that is his fundamental belief. I think he's one of those people that's Obama-esque in that he's embarrassed by our power and by our strength. And he's demonstrating that by not responding to the 70-some-odd attacks on American troops that have been injured.
Yeah.